First of all, thank you for this opportunity. Hello, Barb, and to all the people that will see this and that are listening, individuals that are wishing and hoping that they could have a home. I just want to share this story because it is possible for someone just like me. It can be possible for you too, and I will tell you why. My name is Dr. Andrea Blue, and I was not always doctor. I started out in little bitty Big Rapids, Michigan, and I was a single mother at the time. Actually, I was a mother of three, no, two at the time. And I was a mother of two, and I wanted a home. I really, really wanted a home. I was renting, and I was renting these places. I even lived in a barn, okay? I lived in a barn, and I tell you, people would come in there and they were like, "Oh my goodness, this is the cleanest barn I've ever been I've ever been in." When they would come in, it would smell like bleach. It would be, fresh. The it would just be like fresh food would be cooked. It would just be like home. I made it home. So every place that I lived, it would be home. And so I wanted my children to feel like this is where we are right now. There's going to be greater later. So with that, I was looking in the newspaper, and at the time I was working at the newspaper and the local newspaper place, and I looked in there, and they had an advertisement about owning a home, and so I was like, oh my goodness, could I ever own a home? And so I was working with someone at the local recycle center, and she shared with me that you should apply, and I was like, no, I don't know. And so I applied. And from that, the process began with us doing, them doing the investigation of my background, learning more about the reason why I wanted a home, what I wanted to do with the home. And I was so excited. All I needed was just give me an opportunity. I didn't need anyone to just say, here's a handout. I wanted to do the work. So with that, we put in sweat equity hours. I learned how to drywall. I learned how to nail a actual nail. We didn't have the clicker thing where you could push the button. We had to actually do the stain and all of that. So pick out the colors and all of that. And that was back in 1996. So here we are in 2022. That was a long time ago. And I've been the homeowner for just that long. And I will tell you more about that story in a moment. It took about a good year and a half because, man, I tell you, we had someone, his name was Norval. I will never forget him. He was an older gentleman, but he knew his stuff, and he wanted to make sure.
What was his name?
Norval.
Norval. Okay.
Yes. Sure. And he was, he knew what needed to be done, and he just baby stepped us and taught us how to do it. He didn't just go and do the work, but he wanted to teach us the importance of owning a home and the things that we should know about the home, like the vents, how often to change like your furnace, filter, things like that. He taught us how to check for the when you're renting a place, you don't think about these things because you're like, the landlord will take care of that. But to make sure that when you are renting, when you're owning a home, like when the air is flowing through and there are leaks in, air coming through, that means that you're losing money. And He taught us all those things. So yes, that was so exciting at that time. So I will tell you that, man, I never thought that I would be a homeowner. And during this process, I'll tell you, Barb, I didn't even know that I was expecting my third child. And I'll tell you what Habitat did, because during this process, it was supposed to be just a 2-bedroom, but because I was expecting, and I didn't even know that, they accommodated me and added that, that 3rd bedroom for me, because they knew that this was going to be my forever home, and I wanted to raise my children there. But I tell you, it didn't matter if I was, expecting or whatever. I was 2 months and I found out. And so I was still in there doing drywall and all of that. So just because you have an ailment or because you have young children, please don't let that be the reason that you do not put in the hours to get your home, because this is your forever home. This is some place where you can call your own. You can mark on the wall their heights and all that stuff. I would encourage you to get like a piece of paper and put it on there, but to just mark and say, this is something that I can have as legacy for my children. And then, equity grows into the home and it is yours. And it's not something that someone could ever, take away from you as long as you make the payments. And I will tell you that anyone that is thinking about this process, this would be a great start for anyone just like myself to go ahead and do the process. Now, they may tell you no the first time, apply again. Okay. They had many applications when I applied, but I didn't waver. I was just like checking on my application all the time. Yes, no, what, and so I was so excited and I just kept praying because I knew that if it was for me, then it would be okay. And it was. And everything came out to be the way that it was supposed to be. Well, the next step was I started working at Big Rapids Public Schools. I worked in the library for many years, as well as I was a fill-in person. So back in those days, they would call you in the classroom to just take over the classroom if someone was sick. We didn't have the subs like it was now. And, I was delighted to do it because that's my background, education, business and management anyway. And then from there, catapulted to working at Fair State University for 14 plus years. And here I am today as a business owner and entrepreneur, telling other women, and that you can do this work, you can do this yourself, and you can be a homeowner yourself, and teaching them the importance of more than just renting, but also owning something of your own and how you can use that equity within your home to build value for your family and moving forward. So, yes.
So through the process, you also received your PhD, is it?
Absolutely, I did.
And you just continue to get educated and you wanted to mentor. That's your company mentors women.
Yes.
You want to tell us about your company and the name of it?
Absolutely. So the name of my business is B&J Enterprises, LLC. And under our business, we have Blue Pathways Educational Mentorship Services, as well as Paramount Recruitment Agency. Well, I will be honest with you, Barb. I believe in transparency because I was a little bit, made up a little bit different. I was a go-getter, but not every homeowner is a go-getter. And so I have reached out to several Habitat for Humanity organizations to have me come in and be an advocate to help individuals that are thinking of home ownership. Sometimes they don't want to hear from you as being, an administrator. They want to hear from somebody that is a homeowner. I want to be able to listen to those stories and help them when they are thinking about, okay, well, I'm a little bit older now. I don't know what to do with my home. Should I keep it? Should I rent it? Should I sell it? Those kind of topics that I wish that there could have been someone to help me with those things. And also, sometimes when life gets overwhelming, and you may miss a payment or you get behind, I wish that there would have been someone there that could have been that person. Now, you guys are great at welcoming. The package was great. I got the Bible, I got the hammer, all of that. But along the way, it would have just been nice to have someone that was, not from the administrative side, but someone that was like me. And me being the first, I get that. And I understand that it probably was things that were in the works, but hopefully as people move forward, that there is opportunities like that in place for them, because it is hard. It's tough because you want what you have and you're trying to hold on to it. But all these other things sometimes get in the way. You just need someone to kind of understand where you are.
Oh, I can see. So what you're saying is the things that you felt like would have been beneficial to you along the way, you've basically made a company out of, a business out of, so that you can fill those needs and assist people because you have had this experience and where you can implant that kind of experience for the good, because
That's
you've been there.
exactly. Well, that's one part of it. Yeah, because yes, Habitat was a portion of it, but there's usually businesses are growing out of pain, and that is one of the parts of it. Yes, I am forever grateful for Habitat, and I am grateful for the people that came in my life. And yes, some of them are gone on, but I am grateful for that opportunity. And it did put a spark in me, like, if this was to happen, then what else could occur? And that is only because of the grace of God. It's not because of my mercy, and nothing that I've done so great or that I'm so deserving, but that is because of the grace of God. And that is because of opportunities like this, where I'm able to share this story to help someone else to be able to understand that it is possible, that it is possible. Well, you know what? I tell you, we were there. We raised our children. Um, I was married, divorced, married again, and we allowed our children to stay there. So it was like we had so much use out of that house. But now it was time to say, you know what? It's time to move on, to allow someone else to be in that home that will love it as much as we did. And now someone else is living there and they are enjoying it, and they reach out to me and we have conversations. So no, we are not there anymore. But I will tell you that anyone that is thinking about home ownership, pre-qualification is the first step, so that you'll know how much house you can get, whether it's with Habitat or whatever it is. So don't be afraid, don't be nervous, because this is you. um, you are not your credit score. You can adjust that. It can be changed. But it is not putting you into devastation where you're getting more than you can really handle. That's what that's all about. So don't be afraid. Go ahead and take the steps to get it done, and know that you're in good hands with Habitat. They will, make sure that you will get what you need, and make sure that you are following through with the process. But I tell you, once they do say yes, that's the worst thing that could happen, is when they say yes, not the no, but the yes, because then you have to do the work. You have to really get in there, and you have to start doing the sweat equity, and understanding that I am about to be a homeowner. I am a homeowner. So now it's up to me to make this place beautiful for not just me, but for my family as well. So remove the fear. It's just false evidence, appearing to be real. It's just telling you in those records in your head that you can't do it. But I will tell you that it is possible, because I'm not any superstar. Someone, saw the great in me, and God opened the door, and I walked in, and here I am today. So,
Well, Andrea, I will disagree with one thing. I do absolutely feel that you are definitely a superstar. And we could not be more proud of you and everything that you've accomplished, and just that you've been part of our Habitat family, the very first family. You paved the way for, we just completed our 34th house in Mecosta County. And we love and treasure every single one of our families. And you are our founding family, and we appreciate you and everything that you've accomplished and everything that you want to continue to accomplish. So